was an amazing run. Oh, my brain!
Goodness me.
Oh, are you serious?
Yo, what's up? This is Nas.
Hello, I'm Josh. I'm Tyler. We're in a band called 21 Pilots.
What's up, folks? Danny Davis here. What's up, everyone? I'm Sage Kotzenberg.
Hey, what's up? I'm Celia Norndal.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Kygo.
We're Ben and Gabe Ferguson. We're out here in Aspen for Winter X Games.
2016 X Games.
You've been to multiple X Games. How does Aspen 2016 compare to past years?
I'd say that the biggest change is, obviously the features get bigger, the riders get better, the technology, the partners, everything expands, but one of the best things is now they have music.
I think it's very important that X Games brings music. It's just something that's in the culture. It's something that makes the people hang around. It's a good vibe for the contest. It makes us feel good when there's big artists at the events. It makes us feel a bit more legit.
So I feel happy to be here amongst the artists. I feel happy to be here amongst these kids.
You're watching the World of X Games.
There was really good mixture, I think, this year for all the whole lineup. Yeah, Nas, Deadmau5, Kygo.
Kygo is like my main thing.
I haven't seen Kygo before, but I've heard just a bit about his success, and it sounds pretty amazing.
I've just been walking around everyone and be like, I need to get in. I'm Norwegian, he's Norwegian, I love his music.
It makes me feel great. It's pretty cool. I'm a fan of these guys as well. She's great. She's really, really talented. I've been skiing my whole life. Everybody from Norway loves skiing, so we have a cabin in the mountains where I go skiing every weekend that I have time off. So I've been skiing my whole life and been watching X Games. Big air and the pipe, that's what I love to watch.
Y'all ready for Nas?
Yeah. Word. It's great to be out here. Aspen, this is my second time here performing. Fourth time vacationing.
Silent rage, pristine in my vintage shades. I'm not in the winters of my life or the beginning stage. I am the dragon. Maserati pumping Biggie, the great legend blasting. I'm after the actress who played Faith Evans. My little Jackie Onassis dig.
Yeah, I think if you're not a fan of Nas, you gotta leave. Get out of here.
Dude, Nas. We caught Nas last night after practice. Right when we were done ripping half pipe, we just walked over to the venue and it was sick.
Anytime I see it on the tube, it's always something that stops you. You watch it, you wonder how do they do that? I just respect people that go out there and challenge themselves and do things that just wows the whole world.
Talk trash about the nasty kid. Past nasty, now I'm gross and repulsive. Talk money, is you joking? Cash everywhere in my bank, in the sofa, in the walls, in the cars, in my wallet, in my pocket, on the floors. Ceilings, the safe, bitch. I got it, you envy, but don't.
I grew up a huge Nas fan, skating and snowboarding always. I feel
Nas is a good...
Get down! And so 2 years ago, ESPN called me, they're like, hey, do you want to teach Nas how to snowboard? And I was just like, yep,
yes.
I'm down. And so I got to hang with him for the day, and he was writing lyrics on the fly, and I was just like, what's up? That's cool. No big deal. What's up, Nas?
Nas, have you ever actually gone out there and tried to do some of these things we see these guys doing? Have you ever gone snowboarding, jumped on a snowmobile?
I've never done it, man, but I want to shout out a superior athlete at, if you will, at this snow stuff out here, Jamie Anderson. She's an incredible athlete. She picked me up. She shouted me out. She was listening to my music also.
It's Nas, I Can, and it's just a very inspirational song to truly believe in yourself and know that you're capable of anything if you work hard at it.
She's phenomenal. I started to watch what she was doing. But I'm really not that kind of guy. I think I'm too reserved for that. I leave that to the professionals.
Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out.
I know people may look at what we do getting up on stage in front of a bunch of people, but I watch these guys, the whole mountains, watching them for one moment. That's just got to be the most nerve-wracking thing in the world.
Now we're stressed out. Used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we'd fly far away.
And especially after going skiing, I went skiing, he went snowboarding. I don't know if it says anything about like our personalities or whatever, but after doing that, just like a whole newfound respect. We both shredded though. You know what I mean? We carved it up.
I mean, I think that we deserve a shot out there on the actual...
We were just warming up for later.
I only fell probably like 30 times, but I think that like near the end, it like kind of like slowed down and I like probably fell about 10 times.
I had these like 3-year-olds just blazing by me. I'm pretty sure they looked back and just kind of like shook their head and everything.
Run the jewels.
Have either of you attempted to actually snowboard? I mean, any of these events here? Talk to me, LP. Are you any good?
Of course, the white guy would be the one.
Why were you being politically correct?
When I was a kid, there were a few trips. It was nothing like this. But we're looking forward to seeing people who are much more brave than us do this tonight.
There's an imposition in my mind's imagination. The hope of the choke I'm smoking them at the basement.
And so it's nice to see a natural evolution of the event that really like brings like-minded people, because if you're up there watching snowboarding or something like that, you know you're going to be down watching music later.
But I think it makes a good pairing, the X Games and us. We like to go crazy too, so.
Also, the difference in preparing for X Games is how much oxygen I need to take before a show. I'm really bad with the altitude, but it's a nice challenge.
Yeah, we were off for like a month, and then this is one of our first shows back, and they decided, you know, our first show back's gonna be 1,000,000 feet up in the air. But that didn't stop me from. I had a bunch of pudding at catering though.
My only flash of terror I've had so far was during sound check, is seeing all that snow and all the people going to be on that snow, and some of that snow may or may not end up coming at me. It's cool to be playing. I haven't played a show like in amidst a snow field here. You know, everyone's got all geared up. They're like all bundled up, ready to be out here all night watching the X Games.
I mean, I think really something to point out is like how similar the fans are with these sports and with our fans, because you know the type of fans that mine are, they'll wait out in the cold, the hail, and it's the same thing. It's cold, it's freezing out here. These people want to come in and be entertained though, and obviously they know that these athletes are going to make it worth it.
I've like kind of like run into some snowboarders or athletes like along the way. And I do think it's a very similar culture that's really cool that kind of in a lot of ways goes hand in hand.
I think it's just energy, you know, and I think a lot of kids who are into alternative sports, their iPods are a lot more varied. These kids are like, they're meeting each other. Like skating brings kids of different races and cultures together, and an exchange happens. They exchange music, and I'm looking forward to us rocking out for them.
That was an amazing run. Goodness me. Oh, are you serious?
Make some noise for Machine Gun Kelly!
Yeah, well, you know, a lot of these people are my friends, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of us have grown up in this industry around each other, and they've always been into like really energetic music, and I've always provided them energetic music, and they always give us energetic performances when they're doing, you know, any extreme sports that they're into, and yeah, so we go together like peanut butter and jelly.
No question, the same way that there's a connection between skate culture and hip hop and punk and anything that basically is comprised of a group of people who want to live their life in freedom. And I think that there's a big connection, you know, and me and Mike have found that connection with, you know, people in those communities. And I have all my career in terms of those people being big supporters of the music that I've done and been a part of.
When you guys kind of walk out to like do your run, right? It's kind of how when Nas takes the stage to perform his set. What do you guys feel like the relationship is between, you know, artists and athletes, especially here at like X Games when it's just completely all mixed up?
Well, I mean, we're performers. You know? You just got to bring the energy and the hype and get stoked and have fun with it, I think. That's the main thing.
Snowboarding or action sports, when you're traveling, you know, it's very similar to a band, except for the instrument is, let's say, a snowboard or a snowmobile versus a guitar or, you know, a mixing board, whatever it is, DJ set.
It's an individual sport, so you travel with a lot of the people that you compete with all year pretty much.
So I feel like they're very parallel in that sense, very similar lifestyles and paths. Maybe you have to be in the gym a little bit more if you're in the action sports than a musician, maybe just a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it's just motivation. Music is motivation, you know? I mean, just listening to music to help push you past. I mean, when you're in the half pipe learning a new trick and it's dead silent, the pressure goes up. But if you have like a Nas song, it gives you that confidence to really like push past what think you're comfortable with.
Man, I think there's a relation between artists, musicians, athletes, business work, you know, like anybody, guys on Wall Street, like everybody's got their thing that they are, when they're in their zone and they're working and stuff's releasing in their brain that making them work harder and they're getting stoked. We all have that in us, you know, humans have that. I think, you know, the athletes that ride really well here can deal with pressure and all that kind of stuff so well. The musicians are just incredible on stage. They have no fear of being in front of people.
And I was just out there watching these snowmobile guys, but I was just like, how do you even start doing backflips on a snowmobile? Like, it's crazy. And so, but I don't know, all that to say, it's just, there's a similar aspect, just kind of like getting in front of a lot of people, but at the same time, there's so many different things that you can be doing that people are drawn to, and that's what's cool about it to me.
We all have things that each other don't, you know, as well, and I would love to be a musician, and I don't have that. I think when it comes down to it, everyone focuses and is pretty amazing at their talent, and so that's something we all share.
I don't listen to music during my runs, but before them, in the morning, sometimes during practice. It's what gets you in your mood before going and doing your thing, no matter what sport you're in, basketball, football, snowboarding, skateboarding, whatever it is. Music fuels your whole entire energy.
You guys are boarding or out there. Are there any songs or artists that are like in your ear? Like, do you have any albums or artists that are constantly in rotation?
Right now, it's kind of, for me, it's like a weird mix of like heavy metal and hip hop. So I don't know, just a bunch of different stuff. I've been listening to a lot of Kendrick. That's tight.
I just put Kendrick Lamar radio on Pandora and just kind of listen to whatever, usually. Definitely music gets me hyped.
You don't really want to know. It's kind of embarrassing. Well, it's like top 20 like cheesy pop tunes. Or it's like, I loved to perform when I was younger, and I would listen to like Britney Spears and like Spice Girls and like would perform for my parents and stuff all the time. And it actually, if I get really nervous during comps, I'll put on those songs and it kind of takes me back to a happy place and makes me relax. If you have like Britney in your head going down, I feel like you can't suddenly be like passed out or like break your arm. It just like doesn't match up. But I never listen to those kind of songs outside of writing. It's just when I write.
You know, I've been listening to a ton of like soul music lately. It's been a ton of like Charles Bradley, Sharon Jones, and then I got into like Budo Span. We've been listening to this band King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, and it's like, you know, just like this surf rock kind of psych rock, because a lot of that stuff's just, you know, it's like these 10-minute songs of just epic, just guitar and drums and surfy style, so it's really fun to ride to. And I mean, you never know what you're gonna find, you know, what on my stuff. I definitely put it on shuffle and I'm just skipping through songs before I drop in, and then I'm like, okay, here's one, and let's go.
I love Tame Impala, man. I'm a Tame Impala fan. Do you know who Tame Impala is? Okay, that's good.
Cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, they're just, I'm a guitar player, so I look up to as Kevin Parker, I think is his name, and I mean, all the pedals and everything. You know, I just really like to see like true talented musicians. And just, I feel like he's really experimental with his music, and so, man, I just enjoy that for sure.
And then likewise too, I feel like being here and us playing while there's like these dudes snowmobiling and snowboarding and stuff, it's like, it adds like another kind of like adrenaline, you know?
It's high energy, friendly, but high level competition.
amazing run. Oh, nice. Oh, my brain. Goodness me. Oh, are you serious?
I snowboard, yeah, I think because I have so much freedom on it. I think that's pretty, I don't know, it's kind of cliche to say. I think everyone says that, but there's something about being in the mountains too. I think you're just out there in nature and just cruising around, snowboarding, getting some powder with your friends.
That's what I love about snowboarding. It's just the happiness we create together and the bonds that we all have, and hope that everyone does well, but obviously you want to do better than everyone else. And I think it's nice, like the whole week we're good friends and we just give each other some space up top.
You know, once the contest starts, it's not like you're not friends, but you know, you want to beat your friends all the time. You know, no matter how good of friends you are with someone, you always want to beat them.
A 91, we have a new leader. Spencer O'Brien jumps up into first place. Wow.
Like today, I was really happy for Spencer O'Brien that won. I mean, obviously it would have been like to be up there myself, but it's cool that we can be so supportive, and like when I won last year, she was really happy for me too. It's the same on the boys' side. They're all good friends and support each other.
Yeah, I mean, because action sports is fun. I mean, that's what it is. It's the culture. It was born on just having fun, going up, learning tricks as friends. I mean, you see it at the end of their runs, all the athletes are hugging. Like, you're not going to see LeBron James hug Kobe after, like, he dunks on him.
30-point loss.
Exactly.
Well, for me, I grew up watching X Games back when Peter Line and Ben Hinckley and even Lindsay, because she was so young when she started doing X. For me, it was something I grew up on. I didn't really grow up on, you know, watching ski racing or anything like that. X Games was my thing to watch, and to be a part of it now and to see how it's grown, we always look forward to it.
No, I think we're definitely excited. I mean, this contest more than any makes it feel way cooler than any other contest.
We're just stoked to be here, stoked to shred.
And the man clad in black, the proverbial Kylo Ren of Skier X, Brady Lehman takes home the gold.
Oh, it's crazy. I think I dreamed of winning X Games ski cross long before World Cup. This event pioneered our sport, so it's huge.
He's winding it up over the triple. Oh, yes! And apparently we're going triple.
What do you think about winning your first X Games gold medal?
Always a dream to compete here, and now winning the first one, that's insane.
Greg, there isn't a more exciting name in snowboarding right now than Chloe Kim, our defending gold medalist.
How much tougher was it to come in as the rider with the target on your back?
I mean, it was pretty crazy, but I put down the run I really wanted to, and I'm just so happy with my riding. I'm so stoked I was able to put one down, even with all this snow.
Absolutely skywalking.
I am speechless.
Yeah, I mean, when I first came here, I was all over the place. I was 13, so I was just like bouncing off the walls pretty much. But I feel like now I've calmed down a lot more and I'm more like aware of what's going on.
Chloe Kim all grown up. The old Chloe Kim. What are you, 16, Chloe?
15.
15, yeah.
The younger generation's coming up. It always seems to get younger and younger. I first came to X Games when I was 16, and I was the youngest person here. Now there's 13-year-olds winning gold medals. So
What is it like to be here competing? You've got your family in the crowd. You've got your brother in the same event with you. What is that like?
It's a pretty special experience. It's almost surreal. No, we made it. We're here. The crew's all here. And yeah, we're living it.
We're so lucky to have the Ferguson brothers. They both are like pushing the sport in the right direction. I mean, that's the thing. It's like we're at, the top of this generation. Here comes the young guns, and it's nice to see they're inspired by the true things that matter in snowboarding. And you can never move forward without knowing where you came from.
I was 6 when I started, and I think we put him on one when he was 4. I was on skis for a year before, but I switched to boarding because the whole family is doing it. Couldn't wait to get on the board for sure.
I think it's just because there's so many good parks and pipes out there in the world. No matter pretty much where you are, as long as there's snow, there's usually a good park or pipe somewhere within driving distance. So I think that's why you see a lot of kids just getting better and better, is it's just more accessible.
Like, this is what we do, this because we love it, There's no way any of us would stop for any reason,
Colton Moore, I mean, his story is pretty phenomenal. Snowmobile freestyle, lost his brother, was a competitive snowmobile freestyle rider. He just wrote a book. I mean, just talking to him, he's just like, and it's funny because he's basically like the Danny Davis of snowboarding, like pushing snowmobiling in the right direction.
That's like one of the hardest parts of my life. is my brother passing. But, you know, people ask me, like, why are you still gonna ride or this or that? And I'm like, are you serious? You know, if my brother was here and I thought about quitting, he'd probably smack me, you know? So now I like to come back here, and every time I ride, I'm riding for my brother, and it's awesome.
Right down Danny following the last gate right there. It looks like he crosses first. Danny Davis will take the win right there.
For me, the way that I push the sport is just a little bit more on my own terms and what I'm feeling. I think the trick progression is something that is easy to see, right? Like, okay, more flips, more spins. That makes sense to a lot of people. And the way that I've been doing it is a bit more like that Bob Burnquist route or whatever, where a lot of things are going switch. You're doing things that are harder, hoping that the judges realize that they are harder. Even if they don't look harder, they may be.
I mean, the culture is really comes from like style and creativity and fun, and like he's really just embodied that from day one. I mean, at the top of the half pipe, he's so laid back, and he's just like, let's just have fun. We're snowboarding. This is like the coolest thing in the world, you know. And so you really see it in his riding.
That's kind of been my progression, learning tricks that challenge me, that I like to do. I like to do them, and they feel good. So kind of just been progressing on my own terms, and it's been transferring, and judges have been liking it. So just keep going.
We're out here at X Games having fun. Peace out.
Guys, thank you so much for watching Revolt TV and joining me at the 2016 Aspen Winter X Games.
Thanks for tuning in. I am Revolt.
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 I'm Revolt.
I am Revolt.
I am Revolt.
I'm out.